Hello everybody and welcome back to the Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Custom Zombie Mapping Tutorial Series. Today we're going to be covering wall weapons and barriers for the zombies to enter through, the windows. So let's start off with the windows. So the first thing we're going to want to do is find out where we're going to put our window. I'm going to put mine right here. And then we're going to select the wall that we want to put it on. I don't know why my mouse just did that. So it's going to highlight the brush green. Now we're going to use something called the cutting tool. And to use that all we have to do is hit X on our keyboard. And we're going to click on 2 points, and we're going to make sure it's a straight line, and then we're going to hit Shift Enter. Shift Enter will effectively split the one brush into 2 brushes where you drew that line. And you can do more than just straight line cuts. I'll show that now. You can do like a slanted cut, like that, and you can see it's kind of slanted. Now if you hit Enter, it will keep one brush and delete the other, whereas if you hit Shift Enter, it will keep both of them, but it will just split them. So I'm gonna erase that, and I'm just gonna do a straight cut. Alright, so Shift Enter, and that's gonna split the brush. So now we're gonna take the bigger piece and we're gonna split it again, like so. And now this middle piece is where we're gonna put our window. So we're gonna switch to the side view using Control Tab. We're gonna make another cut somewhere around there, maybe. Looks good. And then we're going to take this piece and make another cut in the top. And then we're just going to keep this middle piece right here that doesn't go all the way to the top. Oh, my wall is significantly higher than my roof. I forgot about that. Anyway, we're just going to delete that. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here to bring my wall down. There we go. Okay, so now we have a cutout in the wall to actually put our window in. Now it is not perfect, but it's pretty close. So we're going to adjust it when we actually put the window in. So to put a window in, we're going to explore how to use prefabs. And prefabs are pretty simple to use. You're just going to have to open the prefab browser, which you can do by right-clicking up here and going to prefab browser right there. And then I just dragged it into this little window here as well. And then you're going to search for window, which should be under ZM, core, and then it should be right at the top, barricade, receiver, wood. So you're just going to draw that on, or drop that onto your map rather, and then you're going to switch to the side view to bring it down. Now that looks about good. Now usually with World at War, what I wanted to do is put this so that it was like that, but the window's way too low like that. So I usually put it so that the bottom box is just touching the bottom of the floor like that. See, that looks pretty good for our window. So I'm just going to adjust this to make it fit our window better, put it in more. So as you can see, our window is now in the wall. So now we're just going to have to adjust our wall. Now one thing I didn't think of, I'm going to take the window up for a sec. You can still see we have the chalk texture on the sides of the window here, and that's because we only textured the one side. So we're going to want to make sure we go to textures, all in use, and then we're going to go down to the texture we use for the wall, wherever I put that to. Why is it not listed in here? Oh, it is. Okay, I was looking for something else. So you're going to want to use Control Shift to select the faces of the window here, and then you're going to texture it. If we didn't do that when we left it as the chalk texture, if they looked right here, they'd be able to see like clip into the wall. It would look really weird and glitchy, and it wouldn't look very nice. So I'm just going to bring this in again. Now you guys remember in World at War, if you were watching those, that I tried to keep the boards on the outside because I wasn't sure how well it would work on the inside. It's fine for Black Ops 3. I've tested it. You can just put the boards inside of the wall here, and it looks better anyway doing that. There is one board that's outside, but that's fine. So there is our window set up. So now we're just going to adjust the brushes around it to reflect it better. So we're going to want to drag this one down one maybe just to cover up that board there. This wall looks, maybe we'll drag it out a bit more there. Actually no, that looks about good. That's pretty good. This we can maybe, I think we did nearly a perfect cut. I think this is pretty good. The only part we may need to adjust is the bottom. So I'm going to go to select the bottom part there. So what we're going to want to adjust this to is we're going to want to make sure that it matches up with our traverse, which it actually does perfectly. I have no idea how I did this so well. I am actually astonished of how close it is. It's not perfect. Actually, it might be perfect. Let me double check this. Oh, it's not. Why isn't it letting me adjust it? Okay. Oh my god, it was perfect on the line. It is perfectly in line with the traverse. I have no idea how I just did that. That's amazing. Okay. So you would normally adjust your window to match this like I have had to do before. Unless you're extremely lucky like I am and just got it kind of like perfect right away. I don't know how I did that. But adjust it so that your bottom wall here matches up with the top of this traverse. Because basically what's happening is the traverse here is where the zombie's going to put his hands when he's crawling through the window. So you want to make sure that there's a surface there. If he's just placing it on midair, it's going to look weird to your player. It's going to kind of break the immersion. So make sure that you have that lined up, and make sure you like the way the window looks. Don't make it too narrow, don't make it too wide, etc. So we've now added our window, and I'm going to add a little room off to the side here because I'm not going to have them float in air and just come out to the window. I'm going to have an actual room over here, but I'm not going to build that in the video because it would take too long. So we've added a barrier, so I'm not going to replicate that process for more barriers. I'm going to add more barriers, but I'm not going to replicate it simply because it's going to take too much time out of the video. So just replicate that process for every barrier you want to put into your map. So now we're going to put in a wall weapon. So I'm going to put one in right here, I think, right in this little corner. So to do that, all we have to do is again go to the prefab browser. We're going to go spawnable, and that's going to bring up all the spawnable weapons we can use. Now, I have a bit of a problem here, and that's there's not much of a choice here for prefabs. We have the AR standard, like these don't really make sense either because we have SMG standard. What's SMG standard? There's more than one SMG in the entire game. So I don't really, like, this is a beta, so maybe there's more files missing. By the way, I did forget to mention this before. With the mod tools, if you right-click and go to Properties, and this was actually suggested by somebody in the comment section, I'll put their name in an annotation because I can't remember it off the top of my head. But if you go into DLC, you can actually install additional assets, which will give you more textures and models and stuff, although it doesn't seem to give you many more prefabs, unfortunately. But this is a huge download, so it may take a little bit. I'm actually... you need a... Okay. Oh, you need a beta code. That's sad. I was going to see if I could opt into a beta to see if maybe it's in there. But anyway, right now this is our limited selection, so I'm just going to draw an SMG, I guess, in there. I don't even know what SMG that I'm dragging in because it just says standard, but whatever. So we're going to rotate this. If you hit R on the keyboard and then you just click and drag, you can rotate objects. I don't know if I can tell what gun that is. I don't know Black Ops 3 well enough to know what gun that is because I didn't like it. So anyway, we're going to drag this into the wall. Now, in a 4x4 unit, it seems to go into the wall like perfectly. It's weird. So anyway, like I'm pretty sure, like let me, okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I think it's actually supposed to go that side out because the chalk is on that side, so I'm going to do that. So it's supposed to go in that way. So the chalk goes on perfectly on the wall, as you can see, and we're just going to adjust it to how we like. And that is how you add wall weapons. It is very simple. Now I'm going to see if I can get a video going and figure out how to add custom wall weapons for things that aren't prefabs. That way we can, make if we wanted to, we could make a ray gun wall weapon. We'd probably have to draw the chalk ourselves or port it from World at War or something. But that it's very possible, so maybe we can do that to get around this problem with the lack of prefabs. So there we go, we have added in a wall weapon and we've added in a barrier. In the next video we're going to be adding in perk machines and we're going to be adding in the mystery box. So yeah, and then after that we're going to get into some more advanced stuff like buyable doors. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like below, comment any questions or comments you guys may have on the video, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.